Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my year-long rolling project pan update. I do have 4 empties to share with you guys, so we're going to be rolling those out and bringing in some new products. So if you love project pan videos, definitely continue watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and let's just go ahead and jump right in. So again, I do have 4 empties to share with you guys. I was going to mention Melissa Rodriguez had commented on one of my previous project pan updates and asked me if I can make a video on how I make so much progress. And I think the real thing is that I pretty much focus every single day on using my project pan item stuff. I do have a whole bunch of new makeup waiting to be used, but I've been just focusing on using up these products that I picked to finish off, and then anything else that gets rolled in, I'm just focusing on using them. I do my makeup about 5 to 6 times a week, so I definitely am always using makeup, and I pretty much prioritize my project pan items over other items in my collection. So that is pretty much how I've been able to finish off products every time I do an update, because again, I am focusing on trying to finish off the project pan items first before using other makeup. Like if I'm gonna do my makeup the 5 to 6 times a week, I'm definitely going to try to use these at least 2 to 3 times a week, or this foundation. That way I can make some progress and be able to roll it out. You know, I want to be working on new things. Sometimes I get bored of some things, so in order for me to be able to roll them out, I have to use them. So yeah, that is pretty much my tip. It kind of is kind of hard to really rotate project pan items and new makeup products, because you know, we want to use the new stuff too, and I was kind of craving new makeup. My new makeup drawer is getting filled up again, and I have to kind of make time to be able to use the new stuff as well. But mostly my focus is to use up my project pan items anytime I get ready. So a lot of the time I'm using most of my project pan items and then sprinkling in new items here and there to use. But again, a lot of the time I am just using my project pan items most of the time. So hopefully the tip kind of helps. You gotta just use your project pan items more than other things to make progress. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into my update. Again, I do have 4 empties to share with you guys. I finally finished off my Maybelline Lasting Fix Makeup Setting Spray. I had put it in this container because I didn't like the nozzle on this one. And well, I guess I can just put this one up. I did start it and it was up here. I put this in the beginning of the year, so it did take me 5 months to finish this off, and it was okay. I pretty much felt like it melted semi-powders onto the skin. Like, I didn't really like this, and I just used it up because it was in my collection, so I would not repurchase this. I just filmed an Empties video. I don't know if it'll go up before this video or after, and now I got a new pile of trash that's gonna go into my empties for next time. Okay, next empty I have here is my Bobbi Brown corrector in the shade Light Peach. And there is still a little bit of product left on the edges, but I'm just gonna call this quits. It's done in my book. I find that the last few times that I've been using it kind of looks patchy on the under eyes, like under my concealer, and that's the reason why I'm like, okay, this is also another product that I've had in my collection for a while, so I'm like, okay, this is done. We do not need to have horrible under eyes, and just call it quits. And I did like it, but I feel like the color is not the color I really like. So my camera stopped filming in the middle of me talking. I was talking about this product here, and I was saying that I don't know if I would repurchase this because I'm more into pinky correctors than peach. I don't know. I would maybe possibly repurchase this, but more on a pinky tone side and go from there. But for right now, I'm good. I think I still have 3 other correctors in my collection, so I'm good with correctors for now. But yeah. Okay, what else did I finish off? Did I have 4 empties? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so the next one is my Giorgio Armani concealer. This one is pretty much done, and I don't know if you guys can see through it, but you can kind of see you can see through it in person. This one was okay. This was more on the darker side for my under eyes. I kind of used it as foundation, but I didn't really like it. It kind of has like a slight paint scent. It is, again, another product that's older in my collection. I feel like a lot of things that I put in project pans is because they're getting older. This was okay. Again, I don't know if I would repurchase it. I don't think so. It wasn't bad, but the color was not good for me. This is in the shade number 5, the Power Fabric Concealer by Giorgio Armani. So again, I have 4 empties to share with you guys, and we will talk about the roll-ins at the end. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to start off with the top of my list. So the first thing I have from the last update, I put it in here to do 20 uses, which I only have 2 uses out of this. But this is my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel Cream Bronzer. This has a humongous pan in it, and I feel like this is drying out. I did only, again, use it twice, so my goal is to use it 20 times. And the 2 times that I have used it, I'm like, this thing is really dried out. Let me know if you have any recommendation on what to use to possibly revive this. This has been in my collection for many, many years. I'm thinking at least 4 or 5 years in my collection. And again, it is drying out. I did hit pan, so I guess I got my money's worth out of it. But there's still products left in here. So I've only used it twice. I didn't really reach for it, but my goal was to use it 20 times to see if I wanted to keep it or declutter it. And the 2 times I've used it, I'm like, it's probably drying out. So we're gonna leave it another month in and see what I think, but it's definitely more on the drier side. Next up is my Urban Decay Primer Potion. The last few updates, it was right here, but I did kind of move the product up and it was closer to the D. So I have made some progress, and it is the primer I've been using for every single day. I do enjoy it. I think it does a really good job to prime my eyes for eyeshadow and make them long lasting. I haven't noticed any creasing or anything like that. Do I have any creasing? I don't think so, but I'm talking about no creasing and then watch my eyeshadows be creased, but they haven't. I haven't noticed anything, and this one's a really nice eyeshadow primer as well, so still working on that. So for the month of May, I used this 20 times and a total use of 41 uses. Next up is my Isam liner. I used this 116 times, and then for the month of May, I used it 19 times before it was like, okay, you can't sharpen this anymore. And it actually has like a really the plastic on the tip. So I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, this was good. I used it to tightline and stuff. Did I even finish? Oh, I didn't talk about this, did I? I don't know if I did because my camera cut off, my SD card got full. So I reformatted it and took off what I just filmed. I don't know if I talked about it, but just in case if I didn't, I was saying how I had finished this already. I don't know if I talked about it, but this is the Isam liner in the shade Eggplant. This, again, I've used it 116 times with 19 uses being in May, and this was in the project since January. It's a dual-ended liner, and it was pretty much the same length as this side, and I'm kind of thinking, I think I'm gonna roll this in to use the other side now. Still thinking about it. I probably will just to try it out and see how it goes for the next month or so, but yeah, I finished this off. So I didn't even say how many times I used any of these products. Okay, so this had a total use of 90 uses. This was in here since February, and for the month of May, I used it 21 times. For the corrector, I used it 83 times total, and that was brought in since January. And for the month of May, I used it 10 times before I was like, okay, this thing is done. And then the setting spray from Maybelline, let's see, I used it a total of 81 times. That was rolled in since January. And for the month of May, I used it 19 times. Is that it? Okay, I think we're caught up. Moving on, the Fenty Beauty Loose Powder. So I put this in my update last month, and I put it in here for 20 uses just to see if I wanted to keep it in my collection or not. I have noticed that I don't like this on its own. I have actually been using the Jaclyn luminous powder in Do Me. So I pour some of this in the cap, and then I pour a few taps into the cap and kind of swirl it together. I feel like this is a little too flat for me. This is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and it might be the shade as well, is a little too light for me. Like if I'm packing it on my under eyes, I feel like it looks too light for my skin tone. It's not really a translucent shade on me. I feel like I can see where I apply it if I like overly apply it. So I've used it 17 times, and I feel like I don't really like it on its own, but mixed with the Jaclyn powder, the luminous powder, I do like it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep using it. Again, my goal was 20 uses, so I have 3 more uses to go, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep using it, and we'll see if it gets rolled out next month. Next up that I did not use at all was my Juice Beauty primer. This is the illuminating primer, and oh my gosh, summer is around the corner. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea to be rolled in here. I wonder if I should roll something else in its place and then bring this in fall time, because I don't know if I'm actually going to be using it. I'm going to use it. Screw it. It's already in here. Okay, I haven't used this yet at all. It was rolled in last month and I have not used it at all. So we're just going to move right along. Okay, what is next? Rare Beauty Pore Primer. This one was rolled in April, and for the month of May, I used it 18 times, and it has 19 uses because I used it today as well, and it's June already. So it was right here, and now it's up here. When I was showing updates, it was like a big air bubble, but yeah, I'm up here now, and I think maybe in a couple months, this will probably be done. I have been applying this like before my makeup routine. Again, apply my primer and then go to the eyes. And I don't know if I really enjoy this. This is the Pore Diffusing Primer from Rare Beauty. I don't know if I would repurchase this. It hasn't blown me away, so I'm just gonna use this up and get it on my collection. Next up is my Charlotte Tilbury foundation. This is the Beautiful Skin foundation. I have the shade number 5. I do find that this is pretty glowy. Is this what I'm wearing on? No, it's not what I'm wearing today. But for the month of May, I used it 10 times. And then this has total use of 29 times, which was rolled in March. And I think I could possibly be done with this by the next update because I don't know. I feel like maybe this could be done soon, but I'm not sure. We'll see, hopefully by the next month or so. But this is pretty hydrating, and it's now June, like July's just around the corner, and this is gonna be a little too luminous hydrating for my skin for Vegas heat. Like it gets into the 120s here and it's super hot. So I don't know if I will be using this, but hopefully I'm done in the next month or two for sure. Next up, I have my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Confetti. I rolled this in May, so last month, and I used it 27 times. This is one that I use at work, like I reapply it at work. It just stays at work. I brought it for this update, but it was new. It was up here and now it's down there. And I kind of thought at first to like take it out of this project because I don't really like it. It has like pink and purple like hue to it. And it's pretty like milky on the lips as well. And it's just off, like it just looks weird with my eye looks, but I'm like, who cares? It doesn't matter, you know? Like I'm just gonna try to finish this off. So hopefully by the next update, like I'll be about down here. And if I'm like pretty close, I will probably declutter this because I do not like the color of this. I've still been reapplying it again at work, but I just don't like the color, the shade on me. I really liked the chocolate, hot chocolate one better. It's more of everyday color. This one just has that purple pink hue to it, and I just don't like the way it looks on my skin, or on my lips, but we'll keep working on it at least another month or so. Okay, so for my Tarte lipstick, so I had a goal of at least 5 uses. My first goal was to finish this off. This is the Tarte like Color Splash lipstick, something like that. And I have a ton of product left. So from the last time I said I was gonna use it 5 times, and I only used it 3 times. And this has been in this project since January, and I've only used it a total of 12 times since January. I am so bad. But again, for the month of May, I used it 3 times. I was almost to my goal, but I did not make it. I don't know, I'm just not into lipsticks. I've been really into glosses and lip liners and gloss. This is just a product that's just chilling in this project for now. It's been chilling, right? It's already June. Like, what are you gonna do with it? Oh, I forgot one product. I wanted to have this finished off by this update, but I did not finish it off. So this one, I've used it a total of 61 times, but for the month of May, I used it 16 times, and it's my Milani liner in the shade All Natural. I was joking earlier when I was trying to sharpen. I was like, this thing is like, my nails are longer than this little pencil, but it's still going strong. It's like a Yearless but better kind of color. It's really nice, and I can still sharpen it. Like I can still grab it on the edge to sharpen. So this is gonna stay in here until I can't sharpen it anymore. So maybe next month this will be done. Maybe. I was hoping I would have it done by this month, but again, it didn't happen. And I used it 16 times in the month of May. Yeah, I really like it. I actually picked up another Milani liner, and I would actually repurchase this one, but again, I put it in here because it was getting older and I needed to use it up. So those are all the products in this project. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about the items that are getting rolled in. I did mention this one, the Isom liner. I'm thinking about trying to use up this side here. I can probably use it as an inner corner highlight or like as a base for my shadows. We will try it out and see for this month of June to see what I think about it. I'm not really sure what the color is, but it's like a champagne color. Let me swatch right here. So again, maybe I'll use it as an inner corner highlight or as a base. So I'm going to try to work on this. We'll try it for a month and see what I think. I kind of didn't want to use that up at all, but we will try it out. Another product, this one's actually in my deck of panning project. It doesn't have pan yet, but you can see through the light that it's about there. And my goal for that one was to use it 8 times, but this goal is going to be to finish it off. So I'm talking about my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade Light Medium, and it looks like this. It's almost close to pan, and I've used one of these in the past, and I actually really enjoy it, and I do need a corrector. I didn't use a corrector today, and I feel like you can kind of see some darkness. So this is one I'm going to be using from now on instead of my Bobbi Brown that got rolled out. What else? For my setting spray, I actually didn't pick one for my setting spray, but for my Giorgio Armani concealer, I'm going to roll in this KVD Good Apple Concealer, lightweight full coverage concealer in the shade Light 114. These letters are so small, but I remember when I first got this, it was too dark for my under eyes, so hopefully it's okay, or maybe I can use it as foundation. Hopefully it works out for me. If not, maybe just concealer. Try it out, maybe mix like a lighter concealer under there and see what I think. But I got this when it first came out. I'm not sure how old it is now, definitely almost 2 years old, if not more. So this is a concealer I'm going to be working on now, and actually I need to pick a product for my spray, so let me grab something in its place. So for setting spray, I'm going to go with my Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I feel like it's about halfway or so. I do have another one of these in my backup drawer. I kept debating on which spray to use, but since I have another one in my backup, I'm like, let me go ahead and finish this one since I have a backup of this one already. And this one's really good. I really enjoy it. It melts the powders onto the skin, makes my makeup long lasting. So definitely going to be enjoying this one way more than I did that Maybelline one. So this is one that's getting rolled in its place, and I'm sure I'm going to love it and enjoy it while I'm using it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've tried any of the products out. How do you guys recommend me use them? If there's any other ways to use something. Do you guys hate any of these products? Love them? Let me know. Let me know if you have any project pan updates. I'd love to check out your video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.